Okay,
I'm just going to jump back out. I've just pressed record. I've just jumped in to press record, and then I'll leave you to it. To go and do this thing. All right. Cheers.
Thanks, Andy. Okay, thanks very much. So who's next?
Hi, everybody. This is Yoon from the CSA Myanmar. I work at the Secretariat as a Nutrition Advocacy Coordinator. Yeah, very nice to meet you all.
Brilliant. Very nice to meet you. Yes, please go ahead.
Hi, I'm David Shields, but I'm from the Sun Secretariat in Laos. Am I supposed to be in this room? Because my name is on the list, but obviously Laos is in Group 1, so I'm a bit confused.
Yeah, so you are. I was a bit confused as well, but I just realized. So the idea is that different CSAs hear from different presentations, right? So you're not presenting in this room. Only Cambodia, Myanmar, and Sri Lanka are presenting in this room, but we have a range of different CSAs represented, so we can have that cross-pollination that we're hoping for. So yeah, nice to meet you, David. Welcome from Laos. Is that Nguyen?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Nguyen. Yeah, I'm from Sun CSA, Vietnam, and this is my first time to join this kind of meeting, so I'm very excited to learn from you. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Welcome. Should we go to Alex?
Hi, my name's Alex. I'm from Helen Keller International Cambodia and the Sun CSA Cambodia.
Fantastic. Dilka? Dilka, can you hear us? I think you're on mute.
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry, Dilka. If you're unable to speak, that's fine. Borme?
Hello, this is Borme. I am a youth leader for nutrition from Cambodia, also from Sun CSA Cambodia. Thank you.
Fantastic. I see we've just been joined by Sander Mali. Okay, if you haven't introduced yourself yet, please can you unmute yourself and introduce yourself?
I am Sadamali, working as a technical specialist for nutrition in Child from Sri Lanka, representing.
Brilliant. Brilliant to have you here.
Hello, my name is Vasilya Morova. I'm from Mercy Corps, Kyrgyzstan, School for Feeding program. Nice to meet you.
Fantastic. Very nice to meet you too. Okay. To not have introduced themselves so far, are you able to unmute or are you not? Okay, not to worry. Okay, final call. Anyone who hasn't introduced themselves, please say now, and then we'll move on. Okay, fantastic. Well, it's really nice to be with you all today. Really looking forward to spending the next hour with you. So, as I say, we have about 50 minutes left now until we have to rejoin the main room. Yeah. And it's brilliant that so many of you are here. It's really fantastic. And my understanding is that we should have presentations here from Cambodia, from Myanmar, and from Sri Lanka. So we'll go through in that order, I think. So can we, and the idea here is that we're going to have a maximum of 10 minutes presentation from each CSA, ideally closer to 5 minutes, and then we'll do those 3 in a row, and then we'll have a discussion afterwards. And before we kick off in earnest, it would be really great if I could have a volunteer. So I'm going to be taking notes. I'm going to be taking notes during all of your speeches and presentations. But what we need is a volunteer from one of you to report back to the wider group at the end of this. So when we go back into the main presentation room, we need one of you to report back the main findings from all three presentations. So would someone like to volunteer to do that? As I say, I'll be taking notes, so it's not too onerous a task. I think it's quite easy. You just need to give very short reflections from all three presentations. Deanne, you've got your hand up.
Yeah, sure.
Brilliant. Okay, thanks so much, Deanne. Really appreciate that. So I'm just going to make a note of that. And for all of your benefit, but particularly for Deanne's benefit, I'm going to put the link to my notes in the chat box now, so you can all follow it. And feel free to add to that or take anything away if I've misrepresented what you're saying. Okay. Great. So I think we're gonna kick off now. And as I say, the first presentation is going to be from Cambodia. So over to the Cambodian CSA to kick us off. If you have any slides to share, we can also share them. Do you have the slides that you can put up on the screen?
Yeah, I do. Let me just work out how to screen share.
That's fine.
Hang on a second.
I think if you're struggling, I can potentially also help here.
Yeah, if you have them, that would be good. I think it wants me to change some settings on my computer to be able to share my screen.
The only problem is that I'm going to be taking notes, so it won't. My screen.
Sorry, let me keep trying.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll see if I can work this out. So.
Oh wait, I might have got it.
You got it?
Possibly. 1 second. I think it's loading up.
No rush.
Can you see that on the screen now?
It is loading up. Absolutely. Fantastic. There we go. Right. Over to you. So, Alex, and I guess Borme as well, you have up to 10 minutes to take us through your presentation.
Beautiful. Thank you. So hi, everyone. As I said before, I'm representing the Sun CSA in Cambodia. I think I met quite a lot of you last year when you came out for our meeting in Siem Reap. So to kick off a little bit about the Sun CSA in Cambodia, we were formed in 2015, and since then we have accrued 51 members, both local and international organizations across Cambodia, and we're able to reach every province of Cambodia through our membership base, so all 25 provinces, and what else? Oh, I blanked on what I was going to say, sorry. So yeah, we're able to reach all 25 provinces. Oh, and we're about 50-50 local and international organizations, which is a great representative split. So the Sun CSA Cambodia is hosted by Helen Keller International and HKI. So the secretariat sits within HKI. And then underneath the secretariat, there's an elected executive committee, which leads the alliance. So at the moment, the executive committee, which was elected in January for a 2-year term, consists of IIRR, FIDR, KCD, which is a local organization, Khmer Community Development, Johannada International, and SVC, which is Save Vulnerable Cambodians, and another local organization. So we have nice local representation in our leadership team also. So the probably largest project we're currently working on within the Sun CSA Cambodia is piloting subnational multi-stakeholder platforms in 2 provinces. Overall, so I'll go into a little more detail about that in a minute. But our alliance is guided by a few key documents, and that's our terms of reference, our yearly work plan, and our 2020 to 2023 advocacy strategy that we spent quite a large chunk of this year formulating, and it's the first advocacy strategy that we've had for the alliance. So we're very pleased to have that in motion and almost finalized. And then I also have a link there to our Facebook if anyone would like to have a look. So 2 of our biggest achievements in 2020. So to start, with the first one here, the Sun CSA Cambodia was able to advocate to the Cambodian government to have a gender and youth component included in the second national strategy for food security and nutrition, which is just launched a few days ago for the 2019 to 2023 period. So this was a really great effort between the Sun CSA and also the youth nutrition champions, who Boramai, who introduced herself before, is the leader of the Youth Nutrition Champions network in Cambodia. So through hosting youth nutrition forums all over Cambodia and having a space for youth to engage with nutrition experts and discuss the importance of food security, nutrition, healthy diets, etc., we were able to get a really good base of information and the perspectives of the young people throughout the country. And what emerged was that youth and gender in nutrition were very key issues in the youth population and something they wanted brought to the forefront. So through all of the feedback from forums throughout the country, we brought that finding and presented it to the Council for Agriculture and Rural Development to be considered in the National Strategy for Food Security and Nutrition, and we were successful with that. So a cross-cutting gender and youth component was included in the final version of the strategy to reflect gender equality and youth engagement across all of the components of the strategy. So that's one of our biggest achievements for this year, and a lot of that effort was through the Youth Nutrition Champions network as well. So the work that Boramai is doing there to engage the youth throughout Cambodia is really amazing. Our second major achievement for this year that I mentioned before is so far we've launched 2 pilot platforms. So in 2 provinces in Cambodia, and these subnational nutrition platforms, are called Provincial Working Group for Coordinating Food Security and Nutrition. And basically the goal of these was to bring people together from all different areas, so local government, civil society, academia, private sector, communities and youth, and be able to bring everyone together to approach issues of nutrition in a multi-sectoral, multi-stakeholder environment. And also a very large goal moving forward will be to coordinate the implementation of the National Strategy for Food Security and Nutrition. So the role that Sun CSA Cambodia played in that has been quite integral from the start. So we supported the government to develop the terms of reference document, and then we've been involved in each and every stage since then. So gathering all of the stakeholders together, developing training materials and tools, establishing the platforms, supporting financially, delivering training on things like how to integrate nutrition into local government spending plans and things like that. So it's been a very collaborative effort between the Sun CSA and the Cambodian government to get these platforms up and running. And the 2 pilots are going really well so far. I think it's been about 3 or 4 months for each platform. And the Prime Minister issued a set of 6 recommendations in the last couple of weeks for how to tackle malnutrition in Cambodia moving forward. And one of the recommendations was that these platforms be established in each province of the country. So that's a really great achievement, and we're glad to see that that's going to be scaled up throughout the country. So we've also been working on the Nutrition Cannot Wait campaign, and obviously due to COVID, we've primarily been doing that through social media. So we've been running a series of social media quizzes, and the engagement on those has been really, really high. So through the Sun CSA Cambodia Facebook and the Youth Nutrition Champions Facebook, we've engaged over 100,000 people so far. Of those, we've had 1,700 people be awarded prizes for answering the questions correctly. So they've been coming through our office really regularly to collect a number of different prizes and things. But it's been a really great way to engage the community in issues of nutrition and get across some really key information in a time when it can be quite hard to reach the general public. So that's been a really successful campaign. One of the other most successful things that's happened in Cambodia this year is, this is a bit of a long story, this one, but to be brief, a group of parents came forward with suspicions that an infant formula was making their children quite sick. And the Sun CSA, led by HKI, has worked with the Ministry of Commerce and supported them financially and technically to investigate the claims of those parents. So that involved collecting batches of this formula and sending them off for testing to analyze what the composition of the formulas were. And the findings came back that in the 6 batches of formula that were tested, iron levels were less than 5% of what they should have been, and zinc was about half of what it should have been. So in the end, there definitely was a link between the children's illness and these formulas, and that's been quite a big issue. The government has been taking quite strong action with the support of the Sun CSA, and we've now been supporting the government to scale up that testing of infant formula to formulas all throughout the country, in addition to those first batches that were suspected of causing an issue. So we're now supporting the testing of pretty much everything available on the market to make sure this isn't happening on any other, but through any other brands or on any other kind of scale. So while that's a really unfortunate issue, it's been a success in the fact that we were able to identify the problem and deal with it really swiftly and get those products off the shelf. And we've also been, that ties in with our infant formula laws and such, that we've been able to take action in that channel as well. And the challenges for this year for the Sun CSA Cambodia, I think, is probably much the same as everyone has felt this year, that COVID-19 has massively interrupted our work plan. Everything had to move online, of course, and that has had some difficulties, but it also has had some benefits. We've been able to open up our monthly meeting to a whole range of people that weren't previously able to join because it was in the city in Phnom Penh, whereas now online a lot more people are able to join. And we've been using online platforms as much as possible to continue to share resources and things. But we've been quite lucky in Cambodia. We still are under 300 cases total, and we haven't had any community transmission in months and months. So things are somewhat returning to normal with all the necessary precautions. So while COVID-19 was definitely a massive challenge for quite some time, we're definitely on the other side of that at the moment, which is really nice for us, and we've been able to get a little bit back on track. So that's been good, but yeah, it was challenging for a while. So I think that's all from me. Thank you guys for your time.
Brilliant. Thanks, Alex. That's really fantastic. Some really amazing work gone on there. As you say, that we heard in the steering group about your about the work on breast milk substitution with Nutrilat, and that's an amazing piece of work, as you say, tinged with sadness, but an amazing success for the work that you've delivered.
Really great outcome for sure.
Absolutely, and also had the pleasure of working with Bourmay on a couple of things too. And I know what brilliant work she's doing, both domestically and internationally as well. So amazing to hear. So I've written some notes up really briefly from that, which are in the Google Doc that I pasted into the chat box. So if you could have a look at those and check that they sort of vaguely faithfully represent what you've said, that would be great, and that'll make Deanne's job later much easier when she's reporting back. So let me know if you can't find that link, and I'll send it again. So can we move on now to Myanmar? Have we got someone from Myanmar to present?
Yeah, Chris, I'm gonna present it.
Fantastic. Do you have slides available?
Yeah, slides are available, and let me screen share.
Great.
Screen share. Yes, I think. Did you all see my presentation?
Yeah, we can see it now. That's great.
I'm gonna do it in a bit. Sorry. Yes. Take time too much on this. This is Yun from the Secretariat of SANCSC Myanmar, and now I'm going to present about the key main achievements, success, and challenges of SANCSC Myanmar. Yeah, as of our CSA, SANCSC Myanmar was officially launched at February of 2015. So now currently the Secretariat was hosted by Save the Children, and we have 69 member organizations up to the database of annual membership renewal, and you will see the INU 18, 5 local NGOs, and 46 civil society community-based organizations are participated in our CSA for now. And yes, there is the steering committee members, and we have total 11 steering committee members organizations with 6 NGOs and 5 local NGOs and CBOs. And we also have the subnational.
Could I ask you just to speak a little bit more slowly? Sorry, because I'm struggling to know enough. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll slow down a little bit. Right. And we also have the subnational Sun CSA as Irrawaddy region. And this regional CSA was established in 2016. Yeah. And as of our Sun CSA strategy was not in hand, although we have the advocacy strategy only. Yeah. So here's the website and the Facebook page of SANCSC Myanmar. To be listed, overall achievement during 2020 is about our government-led National Plan of Action on Nutrition, which is multi-stakeholder and multi-sectoral one. We successfully engaged and supported the government for states and regional MSN-PEN rollout process. So it was done total 4 states and regions. And the other one is law enforcement about the code of marketing substitutes. And the third one is our annual general membership renewal process. And the other one is the nutrition article contest, which was aimed for the journalist we've trained last year. And after that, we could do the online sharing session with all of our members about the importance of nutrition during COVID-19. And the other one is we prepare a SAN annual joint assessment report together with the government and other SAN networks in Myanmar. Yeah, and SANCSC our activities were paused about 3 months because of the funding gap in Q1 of 2020. So we can resume in starting from June till the April 2023. So one of the main achievement was our civil society actors and representatives engaged in MSN-PEN, like I mentioned, multi-sectoral National Plan of Action on Nutrition, starting from the document preparation stage to states and regional rollout process. Yeah, most significant thing was in Myanmar. In previous time, the government recognition for civil society engagement and letting them bring up the civil society voices into national nutrition agenda was very limited. But for now, with close collaboration with the government and other country networks, we got a big recognition and appreciation from the government, and our representatives, CSC representatives, are also participated throughout the planning process to states and regional rollout process. So yeah, that's one of the key main achievement. And the second one is, like I mentioned, high-level commitment on law enforcement and policy strengthening regarding the code of marketing of breast milk substitutes. this code for BMS marketing was endorsed starting from July 2014, but the action taken on the violations was really weak. So starting from that time, we're still like monitor the violations in the markets through the Facebook, and we provide the TOD trainings to our member organizations to monitor the violations, and like we collect the violation reports through the Kobo Collect tool and report it to National Nutrition Center along with FDA, UNICEF, and some other country networks. Yes, that's about the Nutrition Can Away campaign activities from SunCSA Myanmar. So here is the 3 main activities on it. We successfully organized a nutrition article contest, which open to all citizens to be able to participate in nutrition promotion activities. And the article contest was like, how can I say, finished on the very first week of October. And it's really interesting and got a lot of civil society engagement on it. And the other one is SunCSA Myanmar's newsletter with all the inputs from the member organizations for what the activities they did during COVID-19, and especially for nutrition promotion. And the third one is like, that's the campaign named Protect Together from COVID-19. This campaign was led by Save the Children in Myanmar. So like as SunCSA Secretariat was hosted by Save the Children, we supported to this campaign. That's our contribution toward the Asia Regional Advocacy Campaign on like nutrition during COVID-19. Yeah, as of the challenges, like I saw in Cambodia, it's like we also have difficulties to organize like events and campaign activities during COVID-19 and regular advocacy meetings. We have to postpone to 2021. So here I would like to mention about the like, it's not about the funding, it's about the how can I say, strategy or strategic direction for resource mobilization of SunCSA is our key main challenge on it, because both national CSA activities and regional CSA activities are like somehow totally depend on the host agency to mobilize the resources. So this is the very big lesson learned we've got on Q1 of like 2020. So that's going to be our first priority in our to-do list, like how we can consider sustainability of the network and including the resource mobilization for the network. That's going to be our to-do list. And the and like I think I forgot to mention the success. As the same with the Cambodia CSA, like we just heard the information of the Nutri-led problem in Cambodia, and we bring up these issues and informations to our like government department, National Nutrition Center, together with the Send UN Network and Send Business Network. And like government action on it was really impressive and really quick. And the FDA announced like to bring back Nutri-less products for those specific batch which have not like adequate amount of nutrients in the infant formula, and that's the impressive action for our government. And we just how can I say, published a statement like to support the government's action on it and commitment from the civil society to law enforcement of the code of marketing of breast milk substitutes. I think this Myanmar, and thank you very much for your time, and please let me know if you have any question or discussion on it. Yeah.
Thank you. That's really great. I see, and the challenges that you've outlined, I think, are definitely shared by CSAs both in Asia and also in other regions around the world as well. So,
yeah.
we can definitely look to see what more we can do to help you on those challenges from a secretariat level too. And I know Andy particularly will be thinking about your funding and sustainability challenges. Brilliant. Okay, so I think now we're ready to move on to one final thing, Hiten. I've in the same way as Alex, if you could have a look at the notes that I've put in the Google Doc and check for any errors or changes you might wish to make, then please do that. Have you got the link? I put it in the chat box earlier.
Sorry, I haven't saw the link yet.
I'll put it here again. So you have it. So just have a quick look there. Please don't add lots more information, because Deanne will only have 5 minutes to report back on all three. But if there's any factual errors or anything particularly you want to add, then please do that.
Perfect.
Brilliant. Okay, so we're moving on to our third presentation now, which I believe is from Sri Lanka. Have we got someone who's ready to do the presentation from Sri Lanka in the room? Niraj, I see you're here, and Dilka's here as well. Are either of you ready to present? I'm going to try.
While we wait, can I ask something?
Of course, yeah. I'm just going to try and find that Sri Lankan presentation, but yeah, go for it. Sorry, who's speaking? I can't see.
Yeah. So for the feedback, since I saw some similarities in the pattern, in the challenges and the success and achievements, should I go by country or by like grouping all those clustered achievements and so on? You're still muted, Chris.
Sorry, thank you. It's absolutely fine to group them if you think that's a better way of doing it. For sure, I think 3 to 5 minutes per group to report back. So if you think it's a better way of doing it to group them across themes and by achievements and challenges or any other way, that's absolutely fine. No problem at all.
Okay, perfect.
I'll leave that in your very capable hands. Okay, so I'm putting up the presentation from Sri Lanka. Yeah, it looks like a wonderful presentation, but as it stands, we have no one to present it. Okay, Dilka and Niraj, you're still not around? Okay, I'm going to follow up with Andy and Danish for a minute, so just give me a moment to sort this out. I see. So Dilka's messaging now. Can you hear? Unfortunately, we can't, Dilka. Your microphone is still on mute, I think. Oh no, now it's off mute. Dilka, would you like to try and leave the meeting and then return so that we can try and hear from you? Okay, Dilka's left. So let's give her a minute to return and then we'll try again.
Hello, can you hear me now?
We can, absolutely.
Okay, sorry for that. Yeah, okay.
We're very glad you're here. So have you got your presentation, Dilka, or would you like me to try and share it?
Yeah, is it possible for you to share it?
I can try. The slight problem is that if I do that, then I don't think I'm able to take notes. But let me try and see what I can do. So if I paste this into could I ask Alix or Hutun, since you successfully shared, could I ask you to open this document here and
I think
scroll down to the Sri Lanka presentation and share that, and then I will continue to take notes, because otherwise I think we're going to struggle to note and present at the same time.
Okay, let me try.
yeah,
Sorry.
I think I have an issue in sharing. I am trying to share, but it's not coming now.
Don't worry, Dilka. We'll work something out. It seems Alix is very kindly trying to help as well.
I'll just quickly download it because I think it has to be shared as a file rather than a.
Sorry to burden you with that. In addition to the presentation you've already brilliantly given.
No problem.
This is in the spirit of regional collaboration. We've got Cambodia assisting Sri Lanka, which is great.
Okay, I think it's loading up now.
Fantastic. Okay, we can see your screen.
Can you see my screen now? I'm Dilka here.
We can see Alix's screen, and the slides are up, so that's fantastic. We can now see the slides.
Okay, great. Dilka, you just let me know when you want to change slide, and I'll operate the PowerPoint.
Okay, right.
Brilliant. Thanks, both of you. Off you go, Dilka.
Right. I'm Dilka from Sun Civil Society Alliance Secretariat of Sri Lanka. So our Civil Society Alliance name is Scaling Up Nutrition People's Forum, and formed in 2014. And for the moment, there are 21 CSO networks. That is, we have 25 districts in the country, and out of these 25 districts, we have civil society networks in 21 districts. So Sun Civil Society Alliance, we name it as Sun People's Forum. It is a registered and independent alliance. We have an executive council at national level, representing the technical people of various organizations, international and local non-governmental organizations, and also there are civil society organizations from the districts. They are also representing in the executive council. So altogether, there are around more than 350 civil society organizations now joined with our network. Right. So then we have developed in the process of developing actually the strategy and roadmap. The draft is available now, and we are hoping to finalize it as soon. We were waiting until the Sun 3 strategy finalized, so most probably within coming month we will finalize our strategy and roadmap for until 2025. So we have a website, suncsssrilanka.org, and social media contacts. Our Facebook page is also active. Right, this is the structure of the Sun CSS Sri Lanka, which I explained to you. We have executive council, And we also have a governing board of directors represented by country directors of the organizations, non-government organizations. And also we have a small secretariat office, around 4 staff there. We have society, district level networks, as I mentioned, 21 already existing, and we are hoping to go for the other 4 districts also as soon. And also we have the youth network as well, recently started. Right. As the main collaboration, what we did last year is supporting the development of multi-sector action plan for nutrition at district level, subnational level. We are also involved with the national level multi-sector action plan development, and then thereafter, with the request of the National Nutrition Secretariat, which was under the Presidential Secretariat, we facilitated the development of district level action plans in 8 districts. So it was a very good achievement for us, because we were involved with the national as well as the district level officials to prepare these subnational plans. And civil society facilitate the district level multi-sector action plan. So the desk review and developing the process of the subnational plan development, data collection and workshop facilitation, and the finalization of the district level done by the executive council members of the civil society alliance, and also pool fund grants supported to do these activities. So we are waiting to finalize these plans and share back with the districts, and also waiting to do it in the other districts as well. Because of recent government change, we had a lot of challenges to continue these activities. Yeah. Then the next, the other main important activities, we were able to start the youth capacity development program, especially focusing the nutrition side, especially non-communicable disease was our main area and theme we selected, because we have seen in the country now we are moving towards a triple burden of malnutrition. Undernutrition is also there, micronutrient deficiency is also there, and also especially youth. We have seen the statistics tells us, the researchers tells us that the youth non-communicable diseases are rising among the youth group. So then, together with the National Youth Services Council, we planned the capacity building program for the youth. We conducted this for around 200 youth club leaders together with the Ministry of Health. Right. Then this is some of the sharing from the Nutrition Cannot Wait campaign activities. Actually, you know, as whole countries, most of the countries now affected with COVID situation. So Sri Lanka is also the same. So during this COVID time, we started doing this advocacy messages sharing among the public, and especially among the government people and other organizations, sharing them that it is mentioning that the importance of the nutrition, and also whatever the plans that they do to address whatever the response that they do to incorporate nutrition into their response. So that message we shared, and also we shared that when we are addressing the planning, the response for the COVID, they have to think about the children and also the mothers and promoting the breastfeeding as well. So these 4 messages we shared in all 3 languages, 2 main local languages and English language. We shared social media and also using email as well. And also for World Breastfeeding Week this year, we prepared some messages and shared using our Facebook and some other WhatsApp and Viber groups. And also especially this October month to celebrate World Food Day program, expert from Food and Agriculture Organization, and he spoke about the nutrition security and food, because you know, now the food security has impacted very much because of this COVID situation. And we invited our CSOs, and then they also joined virtually using a Zoom call, because we can't invite people to come to do face-to-face meetings. So virtually we organized this, and a lot of questions came from the CSOs, and they are very eager to learn about the food habits that they want have to improve. So this is one of the main activity what we did under the Nutrition Cannot Wait campaign. And then the other important activity we did, sorry about it, it takes time to, right. So the other activities, we under the Poll Fund grant, there was one activity to engage with celebrities to share the messages, nutrition messages with the public. Unfortunately, due to this COVID situation and the election time and the political issues happened during this last year, we couldn't organize such programs for public. So then what we did, we used the celebrities, and we prepared some video clips, and we shared messages on 4 thematic areas: diversity, increasing of physical activities, increasing consumption of fruits and vegetables, and reduce salt intake to prevent from non-communicable disease. So similar messages we prepared, and by using 12 celebrities, we shared these messages widely, and also we are hoping to use this in mass media. Unfortunately, I have mentioned there also, it's a challenge sometimes to get funding to this type of things. There are financial constraints to share messages using mass media. So we are trying our website and our social media networks to share these messages. And also we wanted to be sure that these celebrities who are working with us to share the nutrition messages are not involved in some other controversial message sharing. That also one other task. One or two celebrities we already did the video, but we couldn't launch it because of some of these issues. So we have to be careful when we are working with these people. And also due to COVID issue, no gathering possible to share widely using the public gathering. Yeah, then the success what we want to share today is, now Sunset Society Sri Lanka network, we were able to establish it in 21 districts out of 25 districts. So it's scaled up now. And also there are a number of very good technical experts linked with the civil society network. So then it is an opportunity for us to provide our services to our knowledge to the community. And also we were able to develop our strategy and MIR framework. We are working on these two these days, and also governance procedure. And also we were able to come up with the CSO database, and also we have our own website now. And also we have a Sun Secretariat office, and we were able to develop the relevant internal control documents as well. And also it's happy to mention that we were able to develop a fundraising strategy, and we are trying to come up with some strategies to increase the funding. So these pictures are from the strategy workshop, and also we recently completed one event, stakeholder meeting, with the participation of government and INGO UN members, and also district network. Right. So some of the challenges for last year was approval, getting approval for the implementation of multi-sectoral action plan. As I mentioned, because of this political situation and the election happened and the COVID situation, we were not able to continue the activities with the government for the multi-sectoral action plan for nutrition. So it was a challenge. And also it is very much a challenge, absence of a Sun focal person for the country. So we have active Sun civil society network, and we have a Sun business network, and network is also there, but unfortunately we don't have Sun Secretariat in the country as well as a Sun focal person. So we are facing a lot of challenges on this area, and also the political situation, as I mentioned. Recently finished the election, also general election, and then COVID-19 situation restricts continuation of the activities, especially working with the civil society at the subnational level and gatherings. So actions taken to overcome, continuing lobbying to the government and working with other partners to bring again forward the multi-sectoral action plan of nutrition, which is already developed and approved by the Parliament. And also we need to change our approaches and plans because of this COVID situation. So I think that's it, my presentation. Thank you so much. And sorry for all the disruptions.
Don't worry at all, Dilka. It's a fantastic presentation. Thanks so much for sharing all that with us. Also great to see Niroj on the call as well. Hope you can hear us, Niroj, and we would definitely recognize your big role in some of that work too. Fantastic, and thank you also to Alix for helping with the tech there. So that was really brilliant. We've heard 3 fantastic presentations from Cambodia, from Myanmar, and now from Sri Lanka. So I've just checked in with Andy, and we need to be back in the plenary room by 10:45 GMT, so that's 20 minutes from now. But I suggest we try and go back 5 minutes earlier than that to give everyone a chance to have a little bit of a break. So we have 15 minutes to discuss. In the meantime, Dilka, it'd be great if you had a look at the Google Doc that I've made notes in, which I'm copying into the chat box again, just to make sure that I've faithfully recorded what you wanted us to record. So so Diane can report back when we go back into plenary. But in the meantime, we've got 15 minutes for discussion. So do any of you have any questions for any of the presenters from Sri Lanka, from Cambodia, or from Myanmar? It'd be great to have a bit of a discussion. Maybe some pieces jumped out at you that you'd like to learn from or ask more questions about. So open floor now for anyone to ask any questions. Diane.
Yeah, I'm particularly interested. Well, first of all, thank you for all 3 countries for sharing. I think we have a lot to learn from these 3 countries, but particularly what is fresh on my mind is that the fact that Sri Lanka have a fundraising strategy. I would like to know more of that, if possible.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, we started developing it with the support of a consultant. Actually, he participated a round of discussions with executive council members and also other organization members. And then we had a kind of a small workshop, and then there we identified, he was able to identify the areas where we need to improve and how we are going to develop this fundraising strategy. And we did a SWOT analysis as well as a mapping of the possible donors in the country and also externally. Right. So then with his support, we were able to develop a strategy, and it will be available soon. So we can share with you also if you need that. Right.
Okay.
It's a comprehensive strategy actually what we developed.
Okay. Okay, so that's the start, I guess, yeah. Country strategy to know what is exactly needed from by the network.
Can I just follow up on that? It's David from Laos. Are you fundraising for the Sun CSA members in your country, or are you raising the money for the Secretariat to do work?
Actually, how we the previous practice is we got some funding from pool fund for nutrition related activities, and also same time for the Sun Secretariat admin type of work, we approached some of the organizations, and on behalf of them we implemented some programs, and then we raised some funding for the Sun Secretariat functioning to cover the admin costs. And also same time we together with the other organizations got some funding, wrote proposals, and got some funding to do some programs with the CSOs as well. But these are at the moment very much less scale happening. So that's why we wanted to develop a proper strategy, fundraising strategy, to approach the major donors as well. So our future aim is to not only for the Sun Secretariat function, for to support the district level CSOs, because now the district level CSO network is growing. So that's another, it is a good success, but also a challenge, because we need to engage with these people. So then we need to have some programs with them. So as you said, so future we are looking to get some funding for the other CSO networks as well, the district level. That's
okay,
the objective of it.
That's very helpful. It's interesting. You've got many more people than you do in Laos, so I was interested in how you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's very good job, Dilka. As you might aware that we also facing with that challenge. So it would be great if we could share the experiences on how the process are going for the strategy development process, and it would be really, really great if you could share the document if it's in your hand with us, like to learn how things
Sure.
work. Yeah. Thank you, Dilka.
Sure, I will share the process as well as the documents. As soon as we are going to finalize them as well. So we will share with you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, okay. I think worth me chipping in at this point to say that Andy, who not only helps coordinate the regional group for Asia with Danish, but also, of course, works in my team in the Secretariat. His job is on fundraising and sustainability, and he's developed a fundraising toolkit that he can also share with you all. So if that's useful, as well as learning from your fellow country experiences, then I'm sure that's something that we can share again.
Yeah, Christoph, I want to add that also. Can I disturb you for a second? Yeah.
Yes.
And we use the same tool, and shared as well, and all our documents are also reviewed by Andy, and also Andy involved with us. With even the consultant, he had some discussions for us to support to develop this fundraising strategy. So Sun CSN Secretariat helped us very much. Thank you for that.
That's very, very kind of you to say so, Dilka. But yes, and that toolkit, as I say, that Andy's worked on is available to all of you. So very glad to hear it was of use in Sri Lanka. Okay, any other questions for any of the presentations?
This is David again from Laos. I was very interested in what Alex said in Cambodia about testing the BMS formulas. I was wondering, have you written anything up about the way that the way that went, a case study or a lessons learned? Because it sounds like it was very useful and also an interesting way to approach not just the advertising side of breast milk substitutes, but the quality. So I was just wondering if there was anything more that we could learn from that and how we could get more information about your experience with that.
Yeah, hi David. We have not yet written up like a case study or anything specific. There was I think a press release or a joint statement that got issued that had quite a lot more detail that I could try and find. But basically the process was that we purchased the, I think it was 6 batches that were reported to be potentially problematic. So I think we purchased 6 tins from each batch, so 36 in total, and then sent them off to an independent lab in Singapore for testing and to get the results back. And then from there, it was sort of dealt with formally by the government in terms of bringing the Nutrilat, the formula company, in, and it got a little complex for a while because the company denied the results and wanted us to use their testing results, which obviously is a massive conflict of interest. But let me see if I can find the joint statement that has a lot more info. But if not, I'd be happy to set up a call sometime if you wanted some more info about exactly how it went down. And Kran also, from our Sun CSA, because it mostly happened in Khmer, so I wasn't actually at any of the meetings and things like that with the government where it all sort of was discussed properly. So if you wanted to get sort of a bit more of a detailed explanation, I'd be happy to set up a call with Kran also so we could go into a bit more detail and explain exactly how the whole process worked.
Okay, thanks. We might follow up with a call later, and certainly if you can share anything that you have. I just think it's a really interesting approach. So yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
I think you're
Christopher, you're muted.
That's the second time I've done that. I apologize. I was just saying thanks for your question, David. And yeah, having as I think I mentioned in my introduction to this session, having heard the Cambodia CSA Kroon and others giving a presentation on exactly that topic a few weeks ago, it was a really amazing piece of work. So definitely would encourage Alex and Borme to share more about it with you all down the track. Borme, did you want to say anything else, or were you just very helpfully telling me that I was talking with my mute button on?
No, I have nothing to add. Thank you.
Okay. No problem at all. Okay, any other questions? Okay then. Oh, Diane?
If we still have time, then if you don't mind, I have a question for Cambodia. The fact that they managed to insert the youth and gender component to the national strategy for food and security planning. Was this something that was missing from the country planning before you finally managed to include that?
Yeah, so I think in general in Cambodia, I think in the last definitely 12 months, there's been a massive increase in the recognition of how important it is to be engaging youth, particularly in nutrition work. And then gender, I think, as we all know, it's an ongoing kind of uphill battle to promote the inclusion of gender as an issue, a cross-cutting issue, in everything that we do. So I think the national strategy was a particularly huge opportunity that we had to insert that there. And as it's such a key guiding document for nutrition in Cambodia across all sectors and all stakeholders, it was, I wouldn't say it was excluded by choice or anything like that, but probably just more so not thought about in the context of a very nutrition specific strategy. So the fact that we were able to get those priorities put in there and recognized and brought to the forefront was an awesome achievement, and especially for the youth one, because I think as I've said, the work that Bormai is doing, and Bormai, if you have anything to add, feel free to jump in, but the work that Bormai has been doing to raise the profile of youth participation throughout the last, I'm not sure how long, maybe 2 to 3 years or so, but particularly this last year, there's been had a lot more funding for it, and it's been a lot more active and things like that. So yeah, it's excellent to have it kind of put in the policy, and now, not that it was intentionally ruled out before, but now that it's in that strategy and it's in that guiding document, which is a massively key one for Cambodia, it's really great that it's going to be influenced by youth and gender in everything that we do for the next few years. So yeah. Did you have something to add, Bormai?
I'll be giving presentations after this, so I'll talk at that time.
Awesome.
I think a wonderful answer, Alex. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then I will be looking forward for that session.
I'm sure Bormai will mention it later, but in case she doesn't, she also chaired a incredible youth leader webinar on World Food Day last month, with a range of global experts on nutrition, including the CEO of Save the Children International, the CEO of Nutrition International, and the coordinator of the Sun Movement. And she did an absolutely magnificent job. And the recording, I'm just going to paste into the chat box here in case any of you haven't seen it yet, because it was really magnificent. So huge congratulations to you again for that, Bormai, and indeed for the work of all you do on youth and the intersections with gender in Cambodia. Really fantastic stuff. Okay, so I think we should probably make our way back to the main plenary room now, and you can have a few minutes off before we start with Andy again at 10:45 GMT, so in 5 minutes time. Is that okay? So what you should be able to do, if you just click the leave button in the top right hand corner here, or you can also, if you flick back to the main plenary room window on your computer, there's a button that says resume in the top of it. So you can also do that. But either way, do either of those things, you should be able to get back to the main plenary room. So I will see you all back there in a few minutes time. Okay, and thank you so much for all the wonderful notes, Christopher. I just read through it and you helped me so much. Thank you. No, thank you for volunteering to report back. Really appreciate it. And thanks to everyone who presented. It was great to hear from you all. And I'll see you all shortly. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.